work that our men and women in blue do every day. So on behalf of the entire community, we thank them for extending the opportunity to have this event here this afternoon in their home and in their precinct. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Congressman Joe Crowley. I represent the 14th Congressional District, which you find yourselves in at the moment. We're here today to celebrate heroes of our community. As you all know, on January 4th of this year, many lives were turned upside down here in the Bronx community when a terrible fire struck 752 Pelham Parkway South. It would have been horrific had that been the first time that fire had taken place. But I think you also know that this was not the first, but the second fire in a 5-year period to strike many of these families. Without renter's insurance, many of these families found themselves in dire straits. And through the fine work of Anna Castillo, one of the affected residents, reaching out to a wonderful community activist in Joe Thompson, himself a former member of the Blue of our city of New York, and is the president of the NYPD's 49th Precinct Council, and working with so many of the other not-for-profits and religious entities within the district, we're able to bring back a modicum of peace to the lives of so many people. And today, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of those who went above and beyond, as we say, the call of duty, and in many respects are the real heroes of our community. I want to thank in particular the Bronx Times for having covered the events of the fire so detailed and consistently as well. I want to thank the Bronx Chronicle for being here as well today, for following this tragedy as well. And we know that from tragedy, we actually see life that from something that caused such hardship and difficulties. We also see the beauty of life as well, and that's the human response to this. And so, maybe first and foremost, I would like to recognize the great work of our New York City Fire Department. Although they were not necessarily able to save the apartments and the buildings themselves, they saved lives. And they did their best to recover as much of that property that was possible. And here today, representing over 30 different units that responded to the fire. That's an enormous fire, including ladder companies, engine companies, rescue battalions, and the EMS. Engine 90, ladder 41, and battalion 20 were the first units to arrive at the fire. And we're so proud today, and I'm particularly proud to have with us Battalion Commander Patrick Ruddick of the 20th Battalion. As we were just talking with each other, I had to ask him, as he's a battalion chief, whether or not he was familiar with a gentleman named John Moran. And John was my first cousin. He was a battalion chief who was killed on 9/11. And it turns out that Patrick and John not only knew each other, but worked together as well in Brooklyn. So I'd ask Battalion Chief Ruddick if he would come forward and accept this. It's a simple certificate of special congressional recognition presented to the New York City Fire Department in recognition of all the work that they did that day to help save lives and property on behalf of my constituents at 752 Pelham Parkway South.
Thank you, Congressman. This is an honor to receive this. I'd just like to say that I worked in Brooklyn with the Congressman's cousins, well, a few cousins actually. And this is my first tour in the Bronx as a battalion chief. And I've been here for 12 years, and I really love this neighborhood. It's just a just such a nice, comfortable neighborhood to work in. The people are great. It's just a nice, homey type neighborhood. If that's the right word. But another thing, my father was a police officer, and he'd be pretty happy to see me making a speech in a police precinct. But once again, thank you, Congressman. It's our pleasure to serve this community. It's just a great community, and it's my pleasure to serve you. Thank you.